We got Mitch with the Pennywise 2.6 turbo. There's a clown loose in Florida.
Got started a little late this afternoon because of a little bit of rain and just getting started. Tomorrow we'll go nice and easy. We got everything going, everybody in place. We appreciate you guys coming out spending your Friday evening with us. Let's watch Mark Boyer and Mr. Twister. Looking at that distance of 339, 27-1, put down by Don Dean and Plumber's Night there.
All right, welcome everybody. John, I got John and Rob muted. Did you mute yourself, John? Or you want me to unmute you? I can't. Did I do it? I think you did it, buddy. This is what happens when we give the Floridians technology, Gary. So there they are. So
how's that?
Good. Welcome everybody to we're talking Zellwood Super Bowl. We're live right now on Beer Money and FL Plors and YouTube and TikTok, and we're live everywhere. And we brought Gary Shavink, a fellow Wisconsin, in to talk about the health benefits of going south in the winter, right, Gary? Taking your pulling tractor and going south. So welcome everybody. Rob, kind of introduce yourself. John, introduce yourself, and then Gary, introduce yourself, and then we're just gonna start talking. But Rob, you go first.
Well, I'm Rob Waller. I am the vice president of the Florida Antique Tractor Club. I run the two-wheel drive modified hog waller reloaded truck. I've been pulling for damn near 25, almost 30 years, I guess now. So
I like
just trying to keep this sport going.
I like it.
77.
John, who are you? Where are you from?
John Acey. I'm president of the Florida Antique Tractor Club. Live here in Mount Dora, Florida, about 7 miles from the track. I pull a farm stock, 5,500 pound Oliver, single front wheel. Been pulling for about 20 years now.
Awesome. Gary, so how do we really say your name, Gary? Or did you just give up on announcers pronouncing your name right?
So much. Gary, yes, but it's Gary Shavink, or Shivink might be easier to pronounce if you look at it the way it's spelled.
But how do you want people? I always say Shavink, but am I saying that right, or are you just being nice?
That's very good.
Okay.
So yeah, Gary Shavink, Reedsburg, Wisconsin. I pull Super Farm presently with the Grand National Circuit, and I thank you for having me on.
He's also your 2022 Grand National Super Farm points champion. And how did you finish up this year, Gary? Second?
Actually ended up sixth, but one other guy got bumped from the Enderley because he couldn't go. So we got the opportunity. That was Dave Whelan, and we got to go down there. And fortunately, we were able to win that, which was just a great surprise and honor.
It wasn't a surprise, but it was awesome.
It was to me a surprise. But I had a good run.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. No, I feel like you had some turbo gremlins at the start of this year, Gary, a little bit. So,
okay.
But that's what happens sometimes. But anyway, welcome everybody. We're doing weekly shows. We're trying to be on every weekly. Just talk about the Zellwood Super Pull and grow Florida pulling. It's a great opportunity for pullers to head south in the winter, and from the Midwest, take your truck, take your tractor down there, leave it park. I think there's 5 pulls in a row, 5 weekends in a row that you can go pulling in Florida this January and February is what I think John told me a couple weeks ago. So we just kind of doing some top of mind awareness videos and promotional stuff to get everything. Obviously, we're talking with John and Rob from the FL Plors there in Zellwood. Everything's right across the top of the screen. That's a website. We're live on their Facebook page now as well. We sort of catch up, but glad to have Gary come on tonight with us. Like I said, he lives about 35 miles from me, and I should just ran over to his house, but I was down in Illinois today. meeting with Brad Holzauer and the team down there. We're working on our 2024 Pullers Championship planning and stuff now. So I had some meetings with them today to go over a few things. So I got home about an hour ago, and here we go again. So life is good. So, John, what are some of, I feel like you picked up some new sponsors so far for the event in 2024. I got some of them scrolling across the bottom, but talk about the importance as a promoter. And Gary, you know this as well, running the Pulling Association forever and us having a sled and being a puller and all that. Talk about the importance of sponsorship, John, and how people can get involved with the Zellwood Super Pull, January 12th and 13th.
Well, it all takes money to do this. It doesn't get done for free, obviously. But we've had a lot of great sponsors step up this year. Eaton Air Compressors, Fields Equipment, South Bay Automotive, Seminole Paving, Ring Power, just to name the ones that I can remember off the top of my head. But, all of them have stepped up and donated equipment or money or, different things to help us out this year.
Yep, for sure. For sure. So if somebody wants to help out with the pull, what's the best way they get a hold of you, John or Rob?
They can message us on Facebook. It comes directly to my phone, so I can get the message right away. Or they can look through our website and find the contact information and call me directly if they want.
They can call me also.
Perfect.
Most of our stuff is up there. Johnny is president, me as vice president. Our numbers are there. They can call if they want to do something at the pool, and I can either set them up with it or lead them in the right direction.
Yep.
And we get them on board. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and it's not always just money either. It's you can donate, like Eaton. They donate some air compressors. I think you guys are going to raffle those off. They need equipment, time, talent, and treasure. Basically, they need bodies. They need sponsorship, and they need help. So anything you're willing to do, just reach out to the guys and see if that's something.
If somebody, I'll be honest with you, somebody wanted to show up and just bring some laborers and just hook and unhook and stuff like that. Of course, they got to be, know what they're doing a little bit. Robert Whiteside Developments used to, he did a lot of sponsoring with us, and he would actually donate 3 guys. He'd pay those guys to be there and run the equipment. And there's stuff like that. I mean, that was awesome, and we will definitely recognize them. I would always take my winnings if I won and pay for their food they ate that night. If I didn't win anything, I guess it was out of my pocket. But I appreciate that. So
Absolutely.
Any help we can get out there. We always have, this is like any pool, unless you've hired everybody. Like us, it's a lot of volunteers. So we always have at the beginning of the pool, everybody's wanting to be there and work, but then at the end of the pool, everybody's done. So we still got to finish the pool. So that's when we need everybody. But even, like I said, even if sponsors want to just bring able bodies, we can do that.
No, awesome. Well said. Well said. Gary, talk about going south, going pulling in the winter, spending some time in Florida. I was joking about the health benefits of that, obviously, because it's about to get cold here in Wisconsin. I saw maybe a low of 15 this weekend. But talk about your experience with Pure Attitude, your Super Farm tractor down in Florida, and then let's talk about Zellwood a little bit.
I go down there with New Attitude, but anyway.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad. I was thinking of a different. Way too many tractors.
Anyhow. What I like about it is, everybody says, oh, God, you're going to Florida and this and that. But I'll tell you what, just like in Zellwood there, John and them, they make you feel like you've been there forever. They treat you like a king coming down there, very accommodating, hospitality. Virtually, they let you come in there early to park and that. If you want to stay a few days later, yes, there's health benefits, and part of it is stress relief. In fact, everything up here is so fast, so hectic, and there you can at least take time to smell the roses, so to speak. And like I say, it's just a very friendly atmosphere, and obviously with John and you guys, and last year there, we couldn't get in there right away. We were able to go over to you guys' farm and park. I mean, you just don't get that everywhere. And you think, well, they're very close to Orlando and that, so it's got to be a snobby area, and it's not. It's like going to small town USA, no matter where you are. And I want to thank you guys for having us down there and the capability of being able to go. And I surely would invite any pullers that would come on down, and I think you'll have a great time.
There's Gary's tractor right there, and I put it at the backdrop. I'm not sure where that's from. It's got a Badger State logo on it, so we got you somewhere. Does that look familiar?
That could have been Grow, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good deal. Good deal. I did a good quick Google search for you, Gary, and I found you. So
thank you. Now you got the name right, Jason?
You know, I got half of it right. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm pretty happy with that. What classes, John and Rob, are we, let's talk about like kind of the national classes, if you will, because we're trying to invite pullers down, you know, from all over the country. What classes have you decided upon, John?
We were going to do the 7,500.
Yeah, let me grab my paper real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot to grab it.
Sorry, he wasn't prepared.
Yeah. Oh, Kurt says, yeah, Kurt's driving. Oh, yeah. He had to throw that in there, didn't he, Gary? So
I don't know what to say.
Doesn't he have his own tractor?
Yes, he does. It's called Bucky's Binder. Yep.
Bucky's Binder.
966 National, and he pulls super farm. And then, not to confuse things with your attitude, but we have old attitude. It's a Yamaha that I pull. It's a antique. And then we have more attitude, which is an MX 100, but she's kind of in pieces right now. We're hoping to get it together and take that down to Florida also.
What class is that one in, Gary?
That'll be super farm.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Trying to get on it, my wife.
This
Nice.
Still debating.
I like it. I like it a lot.
466.
Got Ohio watching, Kansas City, Illinois, or Rob's watching in Florida, Illinois is checking in, and then Baraboo just down the road from me. So, all right, John and Rob, let's kind of go through the class. I know we don't have everything finalized yet, but what are we kind of thinking right now?
Well, we definitely did it. Blown minis, blown two-wheel drives, 7,500 pound light mod tractors, twin engines, you know, multi-engine tractors.
Yep.
Super farm. Gary, what are you? 9,500?
Yeah, well, 93.
93.
It won't matter. It can be 95.
Okay, so we go 9,500. You're good with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think we're going to set into 9,500 super farm. I think that'll be a good class. 466 class. We've got a 466 class and a 510 class. Also, we've got like 5 tractors wanting to come down.
Okay.
So we might throw them in there. And of course, we got the naturally aspirated mini rods. We're going to have a slew of them coming down, small tire and big tire. We always do. Of course, we'll have my class would be the 5,200 pound modified two-wheel drive. And then we'll have the modified four-wheel drive, 6,200 pounds. So if we can fill all them classes, I think we'll have a good show.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Are you gonna run like the garden tractors and stuff during the day, and then the bigger stuff at night? Like
we'll run the antiques and garden tractors during the day, like we did last year. Let them run during the day, and then the V8s, we may run them during the day and run them again at night.
Okay.
So
I just think it's a great opportunity for everybody to come down and really check out all the different things. They can come out for the whole day, you know.
Oh yeah. Yep. And it's the same price. If you come in as a spectator, you come in during the day to watch the antiques, stay on to the night. We don't ask for more money. You know,
yep.
We're happy you're there and walk around talking to people.
There's a picture of Gary and Denise with their Enderley winnings check there. So from Ohio, I was out there for that. That was pretty awesome.
Congratulations, Gary. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of the cat's ass type of a thing, John and Rob, just so you understand that. Shavink's he's kind of a big deal in the super farm class. So just so you know. So.
It all depends on who you're talking to.
Well, it's our show, Gary, so we're gonna break it up a little bit. That's what we do. I'm a promoter, Shabink. You know that.
As long as he remembers to keep his tailgate up when he moves his truck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And put back up.
No, we're all. It's awesome you're coming down. We really appreciate you coming down.
Yeah. No, we love it. It's a great time, and let's face it. Anybody I know, a couple other new pullers came down. Actually, a couple of them from Wisconsin, and they really had a great time there.
That's good. That's good. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear people. And if somebody didn't have a good time, or if they had some little problem or something, I want them to come to us so we can fix it. You know, because you guys coming down is what we want. So we want to make it accommodating for y'all. We don't want, okay, well, you're not coming back because of some little something. Well, let us know and we'll fix it for you if we can, That's the way we are. So,
Hey, Gary,
we're trying to build this. Sorry, Jason.
No. It's just an inside joke. And don't forget your National Farm Machinery Show paperwork this time, Gary, when you take off.
We have sent it in already. And take it along if we get accepted.
You're going to get accepted. So.
Okay.
You're going to get accepted. No, that's fun.
Definitely bring anything you have. So when you pull out on the track, whoever's announcing, Jason's announcer or me or whoever, they can talk about you coming out so the crowd knows who you are coming out on the track.
Here's a picture of Gary, the tractor loading. I got to move some of our faces around, but you can see our white sand snow on the ground there. So I'm gonna move that around. This is why we go south. Here, I'll show you this.
We're heading to Florida right there that day.
Yep. No, I found that picture on your Facebook page. So
Really?
I want to show everybody that here. You can see why we go. See that stuff here on. There we go. That's a picture of it. See that stuff on the ground? That's not sand, guys. That's snow.
Mm-hmm.
That's old stuff.
Oh, and then he had to stay back.
It's all good. I like the pullers coming down from for the Florida pulling fans. They don't get to see these vehicles. That's why it's fun for them to come and to get new vehicles here, because you don't get to see the same stuff. Because Gary, if he runs NTPA Grand National, he's going to kind of see the same competitors week after week, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's how the classes are. Gary gets to see a whole different set of competitors and pullers. And then the Florida, pulling fans that come to Zellwood every year, they get to see a different set as too. That's what's fun for me, to see a bunch of different stuff. So.
Yep.
If I might interrupt, that's where we've met a lot of great people down there, believe it or not, that are pullers and farmers from other areas and businessmen and people that are lobster fishermen from up in Cape Cod. And it's been a great experience. And not alone, also meeting you, John, and all of you people down there.
I got a spammer on here. I'm just trying to get rid of him. Give me a second. Logan, relax.
He heard spammer.
You heard spammer, yeah. Got excited. So again, we have our sponsors rolling. We have our sponsors rolling across the bottom. You want to get involved with the event, just reach out to John and Rob on FL Pullers Facebook page, or send any of us a message. We'll get there. We have Gary Shavink with us, Grand National NTPA Super Farm competitor. Came down to Florida last year. You went to a couple different pulls down there, didn't you, last year, Gary?
Yeah, several of them. Yep. And obviously, this is the one that is a nice pull. They got a great facility, but it is great going to the other ones too. And I'm not going to plug them because obviously this is John and you guys that sing there, and it's a great. And I've been there a few times down to Zellwood. Great area.
Good. No, it's fun because. And then John, they specifically pick their dates to not fall on top of anybody else. They do the best they can, so they can then, so people can come down, leave the rigs down there, and then have some fun with it and stay around. So some guys fly home, some people hang out for a month or so and enjoy the Florida sun while it's like minus 25 up here in Wisconsin. So it's a good idea. So
that's right.
I saw Jeff Parker. I feel like he came down a couple years ago, John, with the Pro Stocks from Ohio. Do you remember him, Road Gear Plus or Road Gear Farmer? And Out for Justice. Does that ring a bell to you at all?
Out for Justice does.
I feel like they came down probably before COVID, maybe. It's been a while.
I'll be honest, I think I watched it on the live feed because I wasn't able to go down then. And
Yeah.
yes, we had some real nice group of competitors there that did show up from different areas.
Yep. No, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So, well, John and Rob, what else do you want to touch on tonight?
Yeah, just again, thank you to everybody that stepped up as being sponsors this year. Anybody that does want to help out, get a hold of either one of us. And thank you to all the pullers from up north that come down here. If it wasn't for you guys, we couldn't put this on. It takes people like Gary and Mark Boyer that was on last week or 2 weeks ago with us. It takes those guys and Donald Dean, all of them to come down and help us do this.
Yeah, the biggest thing I'm excited about is that we know that track. It's not a sand track. It has some sand in it, but we made a good pulling track. For those of you that, if you've heard bad things, that the tracks in Florida, Gary, you can tell them it's a good track. You can speak on behalf. You got a big super farm.
Yeah, we were able to. Obviously, you want to weight them a little different than if you're on a good bite and play track. But I think last year I was able to get 33 miles an hour, and I think we put on about. It was right around 335 feet, and obviously we were able to win that class. But it can be a fun ride, just like anywhere. And you just got to weight them a little different on the tire pressure, and you can make them hook up and get the front end in the air just like any place else.
Yeah, and that's the point I want to make. And you want to hear that from Gary himself, because at 33 mile an hour, you're not sitting and spinning if you're going 33 mile an hour down the track. And we showed Tedder's mod. I got that video at the beginning. He picked the front end up right away at the beginning, and away he went. So the Thurbies are jumping in tonight. It was road gear last year. Very good track. Is it awesome? I hope you can repeat it again this year. Oh, we will, Austin. We're going to make it meaner for you, Austin. We're going to put some glue in it this year. We're going to put some glue in it this year. So, you mentioned kind of that. You said that 466 510 class, Rob. That's kind of like a hot farm class from the Midwest. Did you get a group of guys? You said 4 or 5 guys that want to come down.
Yeah, that's what we're talking.
I talked to Mark Kelsey today, and he said that he's got about 5 of them that are wanting to come down to the 466 class.
Good. That they put on a good show. Gary's very familiar with that bunch as well, so that's a good time.
I had a guy call me out of
Pennsylvania, I think.
Pennsylvania. Just wanted to know some rules. And the only thing about that class is we've had some come down, and them guys are hauling butt. And they didn't have no rollover bar or nothing on them. So at least if you're going over 12, 13 mile an hour, I want at least a rollover bar, and I want a helmet on you. If you're in a cage, full fire suit. That's our rule. But if you're going that fast down the track, if you're running 25 mile an hour down the track, I want at least a rollover bar on you, a helmet, and at least a neck brace on you, and a seat belt and a high back seat. I know there's big tractors and stuff, but if something happens, it's just safety, guys.
No, totally. Austin, yeah, we're going to be down there filming again on Beer Money. You can go to our YouTube channel, or you can go to FL Floors on Facebook. All the videos are up from last year on there as well. So it's going to be fun. Well, guys, John, if you don't have much else yet left, we can wrap this up. Gary, do you have anything left to say tonight?
I might add that, obviously there's guys, like he said, coming from a lot of different areas, and like Doug Heyman and them from up there in the East Coast, and those, and like Mark Kelsey, you mentioned him. I mean, he brings a lot of iron down there and is a very good supporter of all the pulls in the area. And like I said, it's a great place just to meet new people, pullers maybe you haven't ever seen other areas, just like you said, Jason.
Yeah.
And they make you feel real welcome, and let's face it, it's a nice, warm place to drink beer.
Yeah. There you go. There's your marketing. There's your marketing right there. A nice warm.
Cheers,
place.
Gary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, can't say thank you enough to everybody that's helped us over the last few years get this modified show going. Jason, you guys have helped us tremendously. The pullers have helped us tremendously. Just getting the word out, and that's the biggest thing, is trying to get the word out.
Yeah.
That our track doesn't suck and it can take the horsepower.
Yep. That's been my biggest thing I wanted to prove last year to everybody, because that's what I'd heard, that, all those Florida tracks, blah, 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 Zellwood, Sandy. No, we proved them wrong last year. So that's fun, because Gary doesn't want to bring down a very, a high horsepower super farm.
That also makes it another challenge.
Yep.
It's not cookie cutter. You have to figure it out and make it work.
Yep. And Rob, I know Rob has said in the past people have underestimated it a little bit too, and get the old front end a little higher than they had thought too. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people don't walk that track and feel the track, and our track will flake if you don't watch it. But once you dig down and grab it, it'll hook.
Yep.
So, and the good thing about the winter, in the summertime, it's hard to keep it hooking because wind's blowing, the sun's out, dries out. But in the wintertime, we can keep it moist, and we can get the moisture down deep and keep it there, and that's what works out for you guys. And we learned a lot last year with the modifieds and stuff, and we did some different things, and they seem to love it. So we're going to do the same thing again this year.
Awesome. Chris Hall has a 2-wheel drive truck, right?
Yep. Devil Reject.
I'm trying to get at least one more truck in my class. Awesome. Yeah, we really need the pullers to be promoters in this situation and reach out to your fellow pullers, like Gary saying he's talking to guys from the Midwest about coming down, and other pullers in other parts of the country to head down to Florida. And you can, like I said, you can make a circuit of it. There, I think 5 weeks in a row you can go to a pull in Florida. Again, Zellwood's the first pull, right? January 12th.
First pull out.
Okay. So
I guess a comment on that. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, John, there's like 3 of them in a row that if you didn't want to stay down for all 5, but there's a lot of them there.
Yep.
I think of very high caliber. You've got 3 for sure that you'd be able to do 1 or 2, mix and match, or stay for the whole thing and just have a great time in Florida.
Yep. Yeah, there's definitely at least 3 big shows that you guys could hit with your modified tractors down here.
Nice.
A couple of the other ones aren't quite. They really don't have many modifieds, but you give them a call and talk to them, they might take it in a modified class.
Obviously, one of those you're talking about does have clay, Georgia clay, and so it's not you're gonna find some good stuff down there. So I guess I would, obviously not from Florida, but I'd sure invite a bunch of you to come on down.
absolutely.
Yeah, and we're centrally located. We're an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 10 minutes from Daytona, New Smyrna, Disney, Universal. All that's close by. It's not. It's not a big day trip to go to any of those places if you come down and want to come down early and spend a little bit of time down here vacationing with the family.
And we have places to handle all the rigs and everything. If somebody wants to come down, all you can do is call, and we'll make room for them. They can leave them here. They'll be safe, locked up, and they can fly home, come back later for the next weekend. We will accommodate them. Everybody. I mean, we have plenty of room. Gary, you stayed at Zellwood for a few days after our pool, and
Actually, I think between coming in early and staying late, I was there for a week and a half.
okay.
Yeah, but it was great. Thank you again for having us there and being able for us to stay there. Then we took a vehicle and drove around for a couple of days, and it's just a good area to park in. Like you say, there's a lot of attractions around there. And
I would rather see 5 of your trucks, semis lined up there, people staying over for other pools and stuff. And y'all are all more welcome to stay there as Zellwood.
Let's make it 10 of them. Why
There you
not?
go.
That's even better. That's even better.
All right.
I like it. I like it. Well, we're trying to go live weekly. If at minimum, we'll go every other week here as we lead into the holidays. But again, promoting Zellwood Super Bowl in Zellwood, Florida. John and Rob, president, vice president, January 12th and 13th are the dates on it. FLPours.com. Gary will be coming down. Gary lives in Wisconsin up here by me. And I get Grand National Super Farm competitor, 2022 points champ, won the Underley in 23. So top notch Super Farm, one of the best in the country. And he takes his tractor down to Florida. We think you should too. So if you have any questions, reach out to John or Rob on FL Pours Facebook page, or reach out to them. You can find their names on the website as well, name and number. And we'll just catch up with you guys next week. Gary and John and Rob, hang around. I want to talk to you guys after we end the show. But thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for letting us know where you're watching from. How close to Bowling Green are you, Jeff? We're a long ways from Bowling Green, Ohio.
No, there's actually a Bowling Green, Florida.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Yes. It's actually where Dan Nearpass stays when he's down here for the winter.
Bowling Green.
I think Bowling Green is about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 from us.
I'm checking right now. I didn't know that. So I thought he meant Bowling Green, Ohio. The only Bowling Green I know is Bowling Green, Ohio. Yep, Jeff, I'm looking right now. He says I'm talking about Florida.
Down by Arcadia.
No, it's down south.
Yeah.
And there's a Bowling Green, Kentucky too. I did know that.
Wow, bunch of Bowling Greens.
I think Bowling Green, Florida is like hour and a half, hour and 45, maybe 2 hours at the most.
Well, I'm gonna make it official here once I can type correctly. So 94.8 miles.
Okay, about
So-
an hour and a half.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Not far at all. So there you go, Jeff. Yeah, Brandon, I don't know where you sent pictures of us getting our V8s ready for the pull. Brandon, I do not know where you sent those because I can't find
He
them.
sent those to the FL Pullers Messenger page.
Okay. I'll download those and post those on the Facebook page. So. Great. Well, thanks for watching tonight, everybody. Look forward to seeing you in Zellwood, Florida, January 12th and 13th. Have a good night.